What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Wow! Wow!
That was a good one.
Thanks, Mike.
That was a good
It looks
one.
like Owl is giving that a 9 out of 10.
Oh, I'll take that.
The do wow.
Drop the wow at the end.
Oh, man.
I could tell I caught your interest at the end, Mike.
Well, it started off and I was like, oh, here we go. Same old Andy of the skeet up and that up. You have this syncopation that you go to. But then you took me to a whole new world, man. I was Jasmine. You were Aladdin. We went soaring through the sky.
That's good to hear, Mike. It's good to start episode 66 with a surprise scat. So welcome in the Spitballers, Andy, Mike, and Jason, back with you at SpitballersPod on Twitter, SpitballersPod.com. Today we have Would You Rather? That's a great question. And we're drafting the biggest pet peeves.
Whoa,
The biggest, the
worst.
baddest.
And I didn't really know that until moments ago. So I better figure out some pet peeves, which I feel like that's a dangerous one.
It is.
Because I often forget that this show is put in a public location
Yeah.
where people hear it. I really have had many, many times
My
when
biggest pet peeve is when my wife.
or I say something like, when people do blank, but only my wife does it. I always forget. Like, I bring up stories on this show, and then someone in my family or friends will hear it and know I was talking about this person or that person.
And you just say, no, of course I wasn't.
I'm going to bring up a pet peeve right now.
Oh, gosh.
It won't go drafted, but it's my biggest pet peeve right now. And that's the life of Afrin.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes, people need to know about
people
this.
need to understand Afrin, the nasal.
Not a sponsor.
Certainly not a sponsor. Never will be a sponsor. If you are not familiar with Afrin, this is a juice. I believe it's Tears of the Devil.
Juice?
The Tears of the Devil are what
It's
is
a
put.
nasal spray.
It's a nasal spray.
Kids, don't drink it like juice.
Don't drink it. Don't use it.
I feel like it's more like devil's saliva.
We-
Wouldn't be the tears.
Around the office,
It's
we
the devil's snot.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. We refer to Afrin as Lucifrin because when you're using this thing, you're making a deal with the devil.
Yes.
I mean, if your nose is clogged and you need to breathe, Afrin will 100% get you breathing. I mean,
hey, buddy.
yeah, but the next
Want to
day,
breathe right now? You want to breathe
Yeah.
right now?
oh, he comes a calling. He comes a calling, and he says,
Give
now
me your
you
soul."
will never breathe again. You got my one day. And I'm on day 2 right now. So I could die this episode.
can hear
During
it.
this episode.
Imagine the views we'll get.
If one of your pet peeves out there is nasally voices,
Oh.
then you're in
Congratulations.
you're in big trouble today. I will say this, just to keep you accountable. You did purchase the Afrin.
I purchased
You made the deal.
I purchased a 3-pack, and I think that was the problem. It's everywhere. It's in my medicine cabinet. I got one in my bag.
a 3-pack?
What? I just got it on Amazon. And
Mike, I feel like we're the alcoholic friend that needs to go to the house and pour the bottles down the drain.
yeah, just squirt. Yeah. Well, I ordered it through
How long is it going to take you to go through a 3-pack?
It would
It's
take
going to be expired before you can even use it.
100%. I mean, I don't know how you could finish one Afrin. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
because that would be like 200 squirts.
200
You're dead.
deals with the devil.
You're dead if you use it 20 times.
Public service announcement.
But you will breathe
Only
great.
use it like once.
You will breathe great
If
the
you
moment
must.
you use it.
All right, let's get into Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Mr. Awesome writes in from Reddit. Would you rather have your vision be 5 seconds delayed or your hearing be 5 seconds delayed?
Okay, so
I don't even know what delayed vision really means.
Well, as in,
You couldn't walk anywhere.
Right.
yeah, that's. I feel like a 5-second delayed vision it would be
Impossible to
your
live.
ability to function is further down than not seeing at all. Like if you just close your eyes, you're going to function better.
Well, technically,
Because you're seeing wrong things.
Yes, in
not
5
if
seconds.
you're sitting still and looking at a sunset.
But what about that bird that's flying at you? Oh, blam!
Well, okay, hold on.
You've been hit by a lot of birds, Jason. Are you a giant window?
Yes.
I'm going to try to open this up for us a little bit because I think all of us would instantly choose hearing, and then this question would be done and over with, right?
Yes, thank
Correct.
you, Mr. Awesome.
But the bird example, right? What difference does it make to me if I'm seeing a bird that flew across my view 5 seconds ago or a bird that flew across my view right now, apart from it hitting me in the face, Jason? What difference does it really make to my life? If you're sitting still, you will function normally. I mean, you look at outer space right now, you're looking at a sun that's whatever 8 minutes old or however.
Ooh, now
You know
we're
what I'm
getting deep.
saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. You're looking into the past.
That's what but now moving around is the real problem. Like driving's not going to
now
work.
everything besides sitting still watching nature.
Just don't have to go to the bathroom. If you got to get up and walk down the hall to that bathroom, you're hitting some things on the way there. I mean, you think you're a place that you're not.
It's real life lag.
And everybody else is moving in real time. So it's not like everybody else is lagged and you're just living in the past. It's not functional, but to your point, Mike, of blindness, like it's better than blindness.
Yeah, like you can't function with
No.
this.
Could
Wait, you're
could you
saying-
adjust?
No,
Like, could you adjust to the hearing thing?
I think Andy, you're saying that it's better than blindness, and Mike was saying it's worse.
Right,
than
and I'm
blindness.
saying, and I was telling Mike, like, I think it is better than blindness because if you're blind, you cannot see. This situation,
Right,
you can
but-
at least, even if you
No,
close your
no.
eyes, even if you close your eyes for the majority of the time, at least when you're sitting still, you could open your eyes.
Okay, so
you could watch a TV show or watch the sky.
how are you going to watch a television show when the audio is 5 seconds ahead of the visual?
We have the technology to delay audio 5 seconds. Mike, thank you very much.
probably not 5.
What? Wait, we don't have the technology. Only 3 seconds.
I'm just saying the fix.
Maybe when we get the boot-sized continent, we can delay audio 5 full seconds,
The
Mike.
function on your audio interface.
You
can't
can
imagine
buy
it goes to 5
something.
seconds. You're going to have to invent it.
All right, so we're all realizing that hearing we could adjust for.
You have to.
Yeah,
Terrible question, Mr.
It would be
Awesome.
annoying, but I mean, the amount of broken toes that I would have walking
Broken toe, like,
around.
You can't drive a car.
You just walk slowly, one step, wait 5 seconds to see where you ended up, one more step. All right, Jessica from Instagram, would you rather be forced to skinny dip for 5 minutes in a public
See,
fountain
now here we go.
or jump in and steal every last coin, and that will take about 30 minutes to pick up every coin in the fountain?
Okay, so one of these is
Short-term humiliation versus long-term.
number one. If the popo's around, we're going to the who's cow because I'm nude in public. I'm breaking all sorts of rules as well as bringing
What sentence
shame.
did you just say?
I have no idea.
Hold on, let me translate this. If the popo's around, we're heading to the who's cow?
You never heard that word?
What is the
who's cow?
cow?
The
Is that
who's
jail?
cow is jail.
Who's
What? Spell the word you're saying.
I can't even spell it. I just know I know the word.
Who's
You are-
gal?
I will say this. I may have had a good scat today, but you are the coolest cat around, Mike.
You want to know how I learned that word?
Yes.
My grandfather got put in jail.
No, Family Feud. It was give slang words for prison,
Wow.
and
It is spelled HOOSEGOW.
thank you. And the one slang word for prison that no one could get was
who?
who's gal.
Was who's
and I
gal.
said, "What is a who's gal?" But now it's in my vocabulary.
Well done. And let's throw the police situation out. Let's focus on a crowd.
it's just humiliation.
There is a crowd. Let's say this is a public fountain in the middle of a busy mall, okay? So you're either going 5 seconds skinny.
But we got
5 minute, not
Wait,
5
it says
seconds.
oh,
This is
no.
minute.
Here's the deal. We
5
got to add.
minute.
5 seconds a jump. That's not a skinny. That's a jump in.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd be
cannonball.
face down.
We Nobody look at me. I'm hideous.
What is that floating butt?
But all
I
of
might
the
still go face down for 5 minutes.
all
Still
of the
think I'm dead.
all of the money in the fountain is widely known for charity.
Oh yeah.
This is for children's hospitals.
Oh, you're adding that in.
Yes, I'm adding
I
that
was
in.
like, wait, this is a known fact that the malls give that away? There's no way they
I
do.
think most of the time in my youth, when I've thrown a penny or a quarter into a fountain, I assume it's going to a good cause.
you hope.
Yeah, it's called the mall ownership.
Well, nevertheless, you are one cheapo if you're spending 30 minutes picking that stuff out.
Now, you're telling me you've never seen a quarter in the fountain?
Never.
You've never done
I
that?
have never once.
Now, you are an arcade guy, so is that
Yes,
attached to it?
I'm talking about the younger days.
Like if you've got
Like
one
a
more
week
level
ago.
to beat in the arcade behind you?
Wow,
So,
you
in other
guys
words,
are great people.
You've taken money from a fountain?
Of course I have.
Wow.
this isn't being a great person. This is just not wanting to get a fountain quarter. Like, I don't want to reach into this dirty water.
Wait,
for
you thought it was like
a
open
nickel.
grabbins?
No, I didn't think it was open grabbins. I was just like, I can see a quarter. I could have the quarter, but I don't want to reach into this dirty fountain. I'd rather take my clothes off jumping.
Look, when we were growing up, we grew up in the mall culture, and there was often water features that were full of coins, and there were video arcades in every single mall.
So that's why you added in the
Owl
like,
Borland, am I
all
all by
coins
myself
go-
here?
Yeah, you're on your own.
That's
all
fine.
coins go to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Exactly. Now you're a monster.
If I do the one where I skinny dip, can I have a snorkel only?
Oh, I'll allow it. I will 100% allow you
'Cause I wanna
to
go in a
snorkel
circle
around a
around.
circle around the fountain. That'd be excellent.
I'm trying to keep myself face down in this
Yes.
situation. I honestly think that I could
Legs
find
together.
I would be doing the 30-minute one because
Of
I would
course.
find some way. I would constantly be referencing that I'm mall staff, collecting for the mall,
I'm
cleaning it up.
collecting for St. Jude. I mean, if I've got to do this, I'm just, hey, we thank you.
Thank you for your donations.
donation. Does anybody else have any? I'm taking these now. Would anybody like to throw more coins in?
You collect all the coins, and then one by one, you read the year off, and you're surprised every single time.
Okay.
You're like, ooh, 1992. Oh, my.
Ooh, a 92 Lincoln?
Oh, what is this, a Nebraska quarter?
I think that if you can sell the second one, that's obviously better than being naked in a public fountain for 5 minutes.
Even if there's a sign up that says all money goes to St. Jude, and I'm in there, and
What
I
if
have
it's clear that you're homeless,
If I have to
disheveled, and
proclaim-
you're there for yourself?
if I have to proclaim that I am taking this money, I'm still collecting all the coins and taking the money because I'm embarrassed, but at least I'm now $20 richer.
Right.
I want you to have to be holding a metal detector that you're waving above the water and then picking up and then waving again.
There's just something too inappropriate about skinny dipping in a pub. You know,
This
it's like
sounds so
Yeah, that's true.
terrible.
this is
because
like you
there's-
should go to jail.
Yeah, you should. You should.
That
Hit
you should hit the who's gal.
yeah, yeah. All right, Annabelle from Twitter. Would you rather live in a world with flying cars
Yes.
that you have to carefully pilot,
Yeah, 100%.
or
That-
a
done
fully
deal.
autonomous world with fully autonomous streetcars that let you sleep, read, work,
my
etc. during your commute?
Shoot.
Because the flying cars are amazing, but if you have to carefully pilot them, there is great risk. You are fully in charge. Now, you get to shortcut a lot.
I mean,
And are we
there-
saying like fly though? No, this isn't just they hover.
right? No, this is
This is
fly.
I can fly over the
Yeah.
mountain.
This is you've got
A mini plane.
a mini plane, and
Yeah.
you can take it a straight line to anywhere. You got to go to your work. You got to go to a friend's house. You're not taking roads, and you got to go to this
Where
light.
we're going.
You don't need roads.
Thank you.
So, man, this is really tough because both of these are dreams.
Well, I've always said, I've always tried to picture what a world with regular flying cars are. And there's all these, concept vehicles out now that can take off and land. They take off, they spread their wings, then they fly, and then they, move the wings in and land. Like, they have some stuff like that in Dubai. People are flying these things around. But it's a zero-sum game. If I get into a fender bender in my car today, okay, let me call Geico.
You're probably
I'm
okay.
probably
Yeah.
okay. Now, not that people don't die on the roads. Don't get me wrong.
course.
But you are guaranteed of certain death if you get into a fender bender in the sky,
You're also
right?
yeah.
Which is different than a plane. You're multiplying the probability of a crash. If everybody's in the sky zipping around.
That's true.
Ejector seat. Go.
Don't drink and fly. That will be a whole new public campaign.
Man. That'd be terrible. So on the other side,
Jason really took that to heart.
well, I'm just saying,
That would be terrible.
it would be a problem, and it was
We gotta eat it.
oh, he's dying over there.
Oh, I got some LaCroix in my nostrils. All right.
Oh, lacrostrals.
I don't even have nostrils
In my
at this
lacrosse
point.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Jason
They're
wishes
just-
he could
they're
do it.
cemented. I just have a nose piece. It's like it looks like a nose, but does not function.
Really?
So
Tell me more.
here's the thing that is cool about this hypothetical. One of these two things is not going to happen in our future, and that's the flying cars.
Right.
The autonomous cars, that's going to happen. I mean, we're very close already. By the end of the year, Tesla could be rolling out their fully autonomous driving. I mean, right now you got to like
That's a Yeah, okay, let's be realistic though.
But
5-10 years from now.
Yeah, 10 years.
It's going to happen.
I'll give it 10 years maximum.
It's going to happen for sure.
We're slow people. I give it 20 years.
No, 10. Max,
But anyway.
I'm with you. But flying cars won't happen. There's too many regulations. You can't you can't monitor the airspace
The
as well.
truth is, it will have to be autonomous.
Yes.
If all the flying vehicles are autonomous and they work together, that's a world I can see happening.
Is that an option? Can I choose both?
Well, no, you can't. And I was going to say, if it was a world where only I have a flying car, I'm a lot more comfortable with that world. I can learn to pilot it. It's also like learning to fly a plane, I suppose.
You'd also be like the coolest. I mean,
Yeah.
You better have some security.
all your kids' friends would be like, dude, his dad has a flying car.
That would be very valuable. But this is a world with a lot of flying cars, a world with autonomous street cars. I guess you have to go. I'm going to go the fearful route. I'll take the autonomous street cars. Because I can play on my computer. I can watch a TV show.
It's so much more practical.
Yeah.
The autonomous car of, well, we got a road trip to California.
Oh.
Guess I'm going to take a snooze.
Oh, that would be
like,
so
that would be
amazing.
incredible, but so would flying over just wherever you want to go.
I hate that I'm going to take the autonomous cars. I hate it
I
because
hate
I
that I'm gonna
want the
take it, too.
flying
With
car.
that autonomous car world, let's tease this out a little bit because I want to know the implications. If the entire road system now is only autonomous vehicles, which mean that they're owned by nobody, they're just owned by the general public. This is the world I'm creating, right?
Okay.
They're just owned by the government and
The roads?
not the roads, the cars.
Oh.
Every car on the road, it's just available to you. They're all the same, right? You just because that way you can have something near you at all times, right?
Right.
I think I read something once that said if all of the cars on the road today were replaced by autonomous vehicles, you would need like 1/3 as many cars, as long as they were coming, going, picking other people up,
So
moving around.
there's a fleet.
There's a fleet. Would that change? I mean, like, let's say you go on a family vacation. It's all built around road trips and stuff. Does this mean like me and the oldest boy can scoot like 2 hours early if we want to, just grab a vehicle, and then the wife can grab the next one, or like
In this
you
world
can
of
just,
the fleet, yeah.
the fleet, you can just go, come, leave whenever you want, right?
And it does not matter where you live. You live close to work, you live far
Right.
from it doesn't matter.
Oh,
You
that's
wanna-
true.
You want to work in California, live in Arizona, you could probably do it because whatever. You're not wasting the 6 hours.
What if all
you
your
can
commutes
utilize
are
it.
at night? Like, let's say you want to work in another state, and you're like, honey, I'm going to bed, but you go to bed in your car, and you wake up at your job in like another state.
And your drive time is going to be cut down because traffic jams are going to go way
And you can
way
go
down.
much faster
Yeah.
because nobody's going to hit each other.
Let's make
Let's
this
build
happen.
this world.
Let's build some autonomous cars.
Let's do it.
Elon Musk, you're welcome on the podcast anytime. You
I
can
would
learn some things
I would
here.
say I would welcome a few of his notes for some of my plans.
Yeah.
If he wants to offer them to me.
Your master plan of this podcast has been this moment to get Elon Musk to fund some of your business
Let
ideas.
me tell you about Fleet X 5000. All right, moving on.
That's a great question.
All right, Noah from the website has submitted a question, and according to Al Borland, it is great, and therefore I am reading it and answering it here on the show today. How are you, Al?
I'm well. How are you?
I think you have made the entire transition to Al Borland.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think we all agree you are Owl.
Someone drew a fancy cartoon of him, and it was very, very nice. I don't remember who sent it. Otherwise, I would
It gives me such a better mental picture too. Just
It was incredible. I appreciate it.
yeah.
He's a nocturnal man.
Why do owls seem so friendly? Because I don't think they are.
No, they're carnivorous beasts.
Yeah, they eat mice whole.
But they seem wise. Is that all because of Mr. Rogers?
I think it's more Harry Potter.
Oh, that too. They're like so friendly.
Hedwig is an amazing
You-
friend.
You can't have like an amazing eagle friend because it'll peck your eyes out.
I am wise and friendly, so it's very appropriate.
That's true.
And it's because they always
You're
you know
a
how,
hoot.
like,
You're a hoot and a half.
oh, you know how when you wear glasses you appear
That's
smarter.
yeah.
Owls
Owls
always look
wear
like they are
glasses?
wearing glasses. They always have. Yeah, they
Yeah.
look
No, they look like they're wearing big spectacles
exactly
because of the giant eyes. But you know firsthand, Jay, that doesn't always mean you're smarter.
right. Yeah, because I got glasses. Yeah, I see what you did.
All right, Noah, here's his great question. What's the protocol for when you say goodbye to someone and then you run into them again a few minutes later?
Oh, no.
For example, you're leaving a venue and you say your goodbyes, then decide to run to the restroom and run into that person again on the way out. Do you have to say goodbye all over again, or do you ignore them completely?
The usual move is the ignoring. Like when you say
do you really? You do the ignore?
No,
He throws up the peace sign.
It's not the this exact situation, but what everybody's experienced is you leave a restaurant, you assume you parked in different areas, you give hugs, you say goodbye, and then you both start walking down the road like the same direction for 3 aisles. And usually in those situations, it's just like we already said our goodbyes. So just kind of we're walking our way, you're walking our way, and you just kind of ignore each other. Or do you strike back up the conversation?
Speaking of goodbye,
Yeah, I feel like
Goodbye.
I keep the conversation going. You just go, oh, I guess it's not goodbye yet.
the key is to use the word again. Oh, so Mike, you play it off more playfully, like, well, I'm gonna go eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I would just say
I'm so confused here by Jason. Like
the full ignore.
I'm the antisocial one,
It's so awkward.
and it's to me, you're like, oh, hey again.
It's not a big deal to me either.
Just hi, bye.
I walk faster.
No, all
I'm
you
like,
got to do is say,
I said goodbye. I gotta get out of here. This is awkward.
yeah.
Start sprinting.
Or be like, oh, I forgot my wallet back inside.
Why are you walking like a penguin in this situation?
Well, I'm sitting down.
Why don't you move your arms when you walk? You waddle by on the second way. I think it's very casual. I think it's just like, "Oop, I guess I'm a liar. Goodbye
Yeah.
again.
Hey, you like,
Easy.
oh, what a funny predicament.
But they want a protocol. So I use the word again. Goodbye again. Ha ha ha.
So-
And then I never speak to them again because I've made that mark on them.
Wouldn't you say hello again? Like you're
That's what I said. I said, you go, oh, hi again, bye again.
fancy meeting you here.
Oh, yes, go
Hit
with
him
one of those.
Oh man, that's such a classy joke.
Al, do you have problems with the situation? It doesn't really seem like a big deal to me.
No.
All right. Kevin from Patreon. Which household appliance would you be most scared of coming alive?
That's a great question.
It's easy for me. Done deal. I don't have to think about it. It's the vacuum.
The vacuum was the first thing that came to my mind as well.
Really?
Especially because
Because it's mobile.
it's mobile.
It's loud.
It's loud.
Not like the oven?
It has a little bit of a
It can eat you and start a fire?
there's kind of a person shape to like a vacuum, and Al's laughing. It's kind of person shaped. And when I was a kid, my mom. It's funny the things you remember now. You know, you're sitting here thinking about it. She had this old Hoover vacuum, this big gray bag on it, and it sat in the closet, and it was a little scary.
There's a reason dogs don't like them.
Yeah, they know something. They can come alive
So-
and suck the life out of you.
So Jason's worried about the oven, the thing that's just stuck on the wall that you could get away from.
It's just a hot mouth.
I can
That's
get
a hot mouth.
You know when I can get away from it? I can get
Yeah, it's just hi, hi, Jay.
I can get away from it before
I'm not coming for you, but I'm hot.
before it comes alive. I would assume that once it comes to life, it can remove itself from the wall.
I guess it's not just talking to you.
No, it's not just.
I'm a toaster.
If one of your appliances could talk, what are you most afraid of?
Oven, how's it gonna walk? What kind of legs can an oven possibly
Really
have?
short, stumpy turtle legs. We all know that.
I mean, I'm thinking of my vacuum. I don't know how this thing can move. I mean,
It's got wheels.
Yeah. A vacuum's it's got wheels. It's got the power of suction.
Realistically, it would just be help.
Ovens do have feet.
Oh, that's
yes,
true.
that's right, Owl.
I'm thinking of built-ins.
Yeah, no.
Help me.
I
Okay,
mean,
all right. So
I can't move.
Okay, so now we're adding.
I feel like
it can walk.
All right, they
these-
come alive and come after you.
if these two things, if the vacuum and the oven got me cornered, okay, I would beat the tar out of that vacuum. I would be showing my karate skills. I would roundhouse kick this
You ain't never
thing.
fought a Dyson.
Oh, dude, the Dyson's got the skinniest body.
Oh.
I'm breaking that thing in half, no problem. It's a great piece of equipment,
When
but
it
it's a
lacks in
lousy
girth,
fighter.
man, it makes up for in
Strong.
cyclone power.
Oh, I would
Strong.
destroy that. But if that oven is in front of me going, hi, Jason, I am freaked out. It's a gas oven, so there's flames on the top.
Wait.
I can't jump over the thing.
Okay, Grant, I'll give you that. You could probably beat up a vacuum, but you're not freaked out that the vacuum's alive.
I'm not saying I'm not freaked out, but if I got to choose one of those two, give me the vacuum to fight. I mean, the girth, the weight, the heat, the ability to
You don't think that vacuum's using that separate suction power too, the disconnected handle?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Oh, no. It's giving me a hickey on my arm. I mean, I'm not afraid.
It can tie you up.
If you
It could
took,
probably clear your nasal cavity right now.
not impossible. I took Afrin yesterday. There's no clearing. I no longer have a nasal cavity. If I laid on the ground, and you took your Dyson vacuum
Yeah,
and you vacuumed all over me, I might not like that.
You'd have a lot of scratches.
But if I lay on the ground, you put that oven on me, and you turn it on, and it does its worst.
I feel like an oven's going to be really slow.
Wait,
though.
just to be clear, you're most afraid of the oven cooking something while you're underneath it?
I was just giving an example of the lacking.
It would eat you.
The lacking power of a vacuum.
Okay.
you could.
I'm thinking of.
I can
it
get
did
away
ask,
from
what
the
are you
oven.
most scared of? And I'm an ominous. Here's what I'm saying. You're laying in bed at night. The lights are out. You can't really see much. Standing in the doorway is a vacuum.
You see the light on the ground.
That's right.
That would not scare me as much as hi, Jason, with a fiery eyes and the mouth of flames.
Al, are there any? We really excluded all other possible appliances.
There's only two appliances.
I'm with Jason on this one. Either an oven or a furnace. Those are.
I imagine
frightening.
that
We live in Arizona. There's no such thing as a furnace.
What's a microwave going to do?
an iron could hurt you pretty good, but it's
yeah.
little. It would just slap
What?
you in the knee. An iron.
Oh, sure.
Because in the microwave would be so threatening. But,
A lot of radiation.
But then you realize it can't run when it's open.
yeah.
Like, if you guys are afraid of the vacuum, I feel like one of those stand-up.
I just feel like a vacuum is very mobile and very agile.
But if you-
and
if
an
you-
oven would be slow and clunky.
But if you think that, then a stand-up steamer is worse than the vacuum because they've got the same body shape, the same like wheels on the bottom, but one is like can burn you and hurt you. Apparently, I only care about being burned here.
Yes.
in these stories. But I just
don't
feel like a
think you
vacuum.
would do very well with a vacuum sucking your face.
I would beat the tar out of this vac. I am going to go beat up a vacuum
You
tonight.
know what?
I am.
Honestly, we need to. I'm going to vacuum your face for an hour.
Hey, give me a baseball bat. We'll see which one wins.
well, how do you get a patent? What?
I'm just.
Where's the weapon come
home
from?
protection? Give me a bat against the oven. I'm going to lose.
That's
What
fair.
is my bat doing to my oven?
A dent it.
Hey, Jay.
All right, Kate from Twitter. That was a very exhaustive examination
Yes.
there. Kate
Of
from,
two appliances.
Of two appliances. Kate from Twitter. You've been kidnapped. All right. Sounds ominous. Hopefully not by a vacuum. Your kidnappers force
Oh,
you
yes,
to
okay.
keep tweeting to pretend everything's all right. What would you tweet to alarm your followers without the kidnappers knowing you're asking for help?
Oh, this is easy.
You really?
Yeah. They say, man, these pickles are delicious.
Oh, so you're trying to say
Yes.
to let people know something's wrong.
If you saw that tweet come from my account, you guys are like, wow, Mike has been hacked. Something is wrong.
'Cause you don't like
with his
pickles.
account.
Send
What?
me
It's not that I
your.
don't like them.
Have you ever
It's-
had a pickle before?
Yeah. Have you?
Oh, they're come
They're
on,
terrible.
Mike. They're not.
They are the worst.
So you don't like pickles. You don't like tomatoes. We got to pivot here just for a second. I truly believe that the reason you don't like those is because the range of outcomes between a good pickle and a bad pickle, a good tomato and a bad tomato,
vast.
are a bad tomato and a bad pickle are the most disgusting things on planet Earth. I'm totally on board. But a great pickle is a masterpiece of
really
culinary excellence.
It really
Crisp.
is.
So, anyways, I would tweet out, send me your funniest spider gifs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
People would be like, oh, that's not that's it. People would just say, oh, Andy got his phone.
But how are people going to really make the jump that you need help? They might think you need mental help. They might think somebody stole your phone. I was thinking we were going a more direct route. Like I could be like, here are some of my favorite places, and then give the address to where I'm being kidnapped.
So you're seeking out for
I was looking for some real active help.
and you don't think your kidnappers are going to be alerted by their address being posted to your
what would you tweet?
All right, how about this?
Alarm
How about
your
this?
followam without the kidnappers knowing you're asking
New
for
strategy.
their address.
New strategy.
What a night at the Blockbuster
20
on 59th and Bell.
Why am I being kidnapped at a Blockbuster?
Just an example.
I would tweet in all lowercase and then capitalize one letter and then spell out, help me.
Oh, with the capital letters?
With the capital letters.
Because the kidnapper would not see that.
Yeah. So I think
Well, I'm dead, okay?
I think for me
Keep tweeting. That way nobody knows that you're in trouble. How about just don't tweet?
Hostess apple pies are overrated.
That's one of the things you would say.
Yeah.
I would have to say that. Say, send me your funniest spider gifts.
You
I would
think
just-
someone looking at these kidnappers, they'd be cool with you tweeting that?
Well, the kidnapper wouldn't know.
if I do enough of those tweets, someone's gonna come.
Well,
for
that's
help.
an excellent point with your nonverbal cues.
All right, that one's for you too.
Wow.
It's for you too. All right, we need to draft before Jason
This
catches
diet's
on.
going well.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, Larry from Twitter. Hopefully Larry's okay on Twitter.
Tweet at us, Larry.
Let us know you're fine. Biggest pet peeves. Biggest pet peeves. I have the first pick, Al.
You do.
This is tough. I thought I would go. Some things started popping into my head, and I think I'm going to go the ultra slow driver
Okay.
because
It's a classic.
yeah, it's a
A
classic
standard.
and it's really one that hits every couple weeks. Where we take this little about 20-minute drive. We all drive the same way to work. There's this little mountain.
Yes.
Mountain pass, shall we call it?
One lane.
One lane, and I've been in this thing where there's a train now. It's a train behind one car going 13 miles an hour through the mountain pass.
Safety first.
And
A
when I say
bicycler.
mountain pass, I want to be clear. It's not that really.
It's a
You're
hill.
not in danger.
It's a mountain. It's a road over
It's
a
a
mountain.
road through a mountain,
Fair.
and there's no risk of falling. There's no dangers.
It's got to be a
There's
mountain
just
pass.
there's just people that go, wow, this is a little curvy. I'm gonna slow it down to about 12.
Okay.
So I think that when I'm really caught in that situation, because I don't want to be the jerk that like goes flying by them somehow or breaking the rules of the road and going to the other lane or that type of thing.
A mountain needs to rise at least 1,000 feet. Do you think that's a mountain? I think that's a hill.
I think it's a mountain. Those
Okay.
are mountains.
I think it's close to it.
right.
Regardless,
Yeah,
Slow drivers anywhere.
the slow driver anywhere, if you're caught, sometimes you can evade, but if you're caught behind one and you just have to endure it, I'm old enough to be that impatient. So
I get it.
slow drivers
It's
is the
a
pick.
good one. It's a classic. I am going to go with the term I believe that people use for this is vague booking.
Ooh.
Vague booking. That's the people that jump on social media. It really started gaining popularity on Facebook where they would imply that something bad has happened today but they're only putting it on because they want the social, the e-rep to build real strong. And so people jump by like, man, what's happening? Are you doing okay? And it's like, why are we doing this communication on the internet
It's
here?
always like, not again, period.
Yes.
That's a vague
perfect
book.
example.
It is.
Not again.
It
I
is.
won't let this happen to me.
Negative, passive-aggressive social media posts.
The worst.
Maybe they've been kidnapped. Maybe this is them trying to say, come for help.
If you see me tweeting like that, you know that something has gone wrong.
There you
Man,
go.
oh well, it's best for me. I'm just going to have to see what the future has in store after this.
Yes. Look,
After what?
if you want, if something's wrong, call a friend. Like, you don't need the social backup. Get out of here. I hate
All
vague
right.
booking's the worst.
Vague booking is a wonderful pick, Mike.
Okay, my first one is something that is so easily is so easily correctable that I just want to say, shame on all of you who have ever, will ever, or even accidentally do this wrong, because I'm so sick of it.
Oh, this is very vague.
Upside down toilet paper rolls.
Ooh.
Toilet paper
That's
rolls.
a fantastic pick.
The roll needs to come on the top.
Yes.
Towards
Yes,
you.
Over. It's never under.
Over. Under is so.
You guys changed my life with this. I don't know if it's for the better or worse,
It's
though.
for the
It's for the
better.
better.
Because before I met you, I didn't care. I really didn't. I was so ignorant to this fact. Now, because of you, I have to have it over.
Oh, it has to be.
So, am I better in ignorance where I don't care, or am I better now?
That's
you
a
know
fair
what I mean?
question. Well, you could say that you're better than ignorance. However, there's a reason now that you are neurotic, just like Jason and I, about it being over, because it's the right way to do it.
Yeah, every
Like,
time you
it's
go into a
correct.
bathroom and it's under,
I fix it.
you do
I
because
just
you're
crap on the floor.
this is what you get. So that's my first pick for
He
sure.
leaves a note, no toilet paper.
Yeah,
Could it operate the toilet paper?
exactly.
Sorry.
This is on you.
So that's why I pooped on the floor, and I just didn't flush.
Right.
When there's no toilet paper, you must poop on the floor because there's nothing else you can do.
Sorry.
All right. My next one is cheapskate thermostat operators. Is what we'll call them.
Ooh. You're throwing haymakers.
I'm throwing them out because
yes, I'm with you.
now I wanted to say we're in Arizona, so I wanted to say like just people who leave their house too hot. They don't want to cool it to an appropriate temperature because it costs a lot of money. But I'm sure it's the opposite problem in other parts of the country where people don't want to heat their house up enough. It's like, look, there's certain things in life you got to buy generic of. There's certain things in life you need to cut out. You know, you might need to clip off some bills. This is not the one. Where you're spending your time inside should be appropriately temperature controlled. When I go to someone else's house and it's clearly 4 degrees more than it should be, and everyone in there's got a little perspiration,
The beads.
everyone's hot, uncomfortable. So, like, come on.
It does blow my mind because it can come across as pretentious, right? Like that you're saying, hey, you don't need to save money on this, spend up. But the thing is it feels things are efficient now. The savings that you're actually getting for a month of suffering, I don't think it's very great.
Yeah, what are you cutting?
You can be smart about it, but if you have guests especially, that's where I'm like, okay, you as a guest, you are not worth 20 cents.
Right.
You are not worth 28 cents to me
You
for
do
this
you.
hour of cool weather.
I know some people that claim like, oh no, I like my house at 79 degrees. That's what I prefer. Okay, whatever.
Hold on. As I'm with you, I'm okay with this pick. But what is the appropriate temperature? Because this is where there could be a problem.
Sure. The appropriate temperature in Arizona is 74 degrees.
That seems reasonable.
That's so extreme.
Wait.
74?
No. 75. 75.
No, 74 is perfect. 74 is the,
74?
No, 78 at a minimum.
What?
I've been in 80 houses, so 78 I can live. I can live with 78.
I've had to live the 80 house before. Like saying like 70.
Wait, was this your choice?
Yeah.
Like you made your own house 80?
Yes, I've
You
I've
are
done
the
that before.
you are the problem.
I don't
Did that
do it-
little extra nest egg you saved jettison the rest of your life to success?
I got like 5 extra cheeseburgers that month.
Okay.
I'm not an 80 household anymore, but 74.
It really
is
depends
out,
on the
like
house.
I don't even put my house at 74 on the weekend when it's cheap time.
When
I sleep
am-
in 73.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I'm warm.
What is happening?
When
Owl Borland, back me up here, buddy.
We're 78, 79 all the time.
Okay, see, 78
So-
is.
But it's
78 's
it's
fine.
not even money savings. That's just a comfortable temperature.
Yeah,
for
78 is fine.
Okay, all right. Al,
I don't want to feel my toes.
I'm gonna come over for dinner at some point in the future. Spend some time with your wonderful family. If we get there and it's 78 degrees, we're out. We're just turning around. We're
I
leaving.
do drop it when we have guests over.
Good.
Because you respect people.
74.
Well,
when
and
I'm
more
warm,
bodies equals more heat.
when
so.
I'm warm, I go to 73.
Do you remember the Uber driver that made me roll the window down? instead of
Yes.
turning-
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I mean, that's a bit of a distraction of the conversation, but it's the same point. I was in an Uber. It was real hot. We weren't moving. It's an Uber
You
where you
asked.
get tipped.
You asked to turn on the air.
I said, "Can I turn the air on?" He said, "No. Need to save money." Had me roll the window down in a stagnant, stinky area.
he saved 12 cents on that gas.
Yeah, I didn't tip
and
him.
lost whatever tip.
All right. So your 2 picks then. Give me your 2.
My 2 picks are the putting the toilet paper on the wrong way, needs to go over, and the second one is people that are cheapskates with their thermostat that don't get their house comfortable
For guests.
for guests.
Okay. I think those are great. I didn't realize how much I'd love this draft. I can't wait to be on the clock again.
Yeah, I've got a couple more up my sleeve.
Yeah, I have a few here that I like. I'm gonna go. So this is I don't know how many of the listeners this will apply to, because this one has become a problem since I am now a parent, and it's nighttime. You finally got the kids to go to sleep, which is a feat among itself every single night. You get it accomplished. You sit down on the couch with the wife, like, I want to watch a movie. And then you have incredibly inconsistent volume in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And they cut to this real intense dialogue where for some reason
So you got to crank it up.
so you got to crank the volume up. And the next scene is, of course, half of their home exploding, and now there's volume shockwaves rattling down my hallways, and I'm freaking out. I'm grabbing the remote. So now I have to watch these movies at night with my remote in my hand
The whole time.
constantly going up, constantly going down. Like, what are the audio mixers
Nobody
doing?
tells you that about parenting, and that is a real struggle. That was the best thing about having a 2-story house when I had one, was I didn't have
Just
to do that
crank it.
quite as much, because I could just crank it and not worry as much about it. But that's true. I thought you were going to say, here's a little asterisk extra for the movie experience, because I'm not going to make it an official thing. But whenever, I don't know, hypothetically a spouse of some sort, you get real ready.
Uh-oh.
You get real ready to watch the show or the movie. You finally turn off all the lights. You finally start.
I'm tired.
And then 2 minutes in, it's, oh, let me take my contacts out. Or 5 minutes in, it's like, let me make a pot of tea. Like, you could have done all this in the preceding 30 minutes.
But you had already hit start.
Oh, you were a couple minutes in. You're
Right.
just starting to get the dialogue going. If you've ever been in a situation like that.
Never.
Is that your pick?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he was just throwing that out.
So I'm on the clock now, right? And Mike, your 2 picks so far?
I have vague booking and
Yes.
then inconsistent volumes in the movies. I don't know how you want to label that.
So I'm just going. I have a few that I could pick, but I'm going to go with the one that just sticks out to me as laughable. It's somewhat comedic. It's mostly annoying. It's entirely ridiculous, and it doesn't quite happen the same way it used to. But I'm going to go with the Bluetooth store talker. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The Bluetooth headset in the ear, the no regard for human life anywhere around you. I've been in the
Hello?
I've been in the coffee shop,
I'm in the cinema.
and it's mostly somebody that's really, they just want you to know they're important.
Oh, yeah.
It's normally a big, loud conversation. No one's around them.
They're talking about money and numbers.
Walking through the aisles or closing a deal or realtors or these type of things. I just think it's obnoxious.
Well, every time they come up near you, you turn around because someone is talking to you.
And haven't you said hello to one of those people once or twice? I've done that.
I for sure have done that.
Where you're either ignored because they're in a conversation, or you actually say hi thinking that they said something to you, and they're just, it's like oblivia. You're not even in the realm of,
all right, it's fair.
Oh, I get 2 picks then, huh?
Yeah,
do.
You're back up.
Oh, okay. All right, this one is just petty.
Let it just be real.
It's the same side couples.
Oh, yes, same siders?
It's the same siders.
Same. Get out of here with your same side. What is happening?
Okay, so you're with me.
Oh, you 100%.
I have I've gone out to a date night and felt like I want to sit with my wife in the booth, and we sit in the same side of the booth, and I go, this is weird. Like
you dabbled.
I dabbled, and I dabbled. It was my college
You
years.
experimented.
And then
With same side?
I found out this is ridiculous.
Because it is.
You can't talk to each other.
No, you can't.
And it's just weird, man. And I've said it was petty because I thought maybe there's this level of adoration and love that is so great I've never experienced, where I must sit next to you side to side, not look at you in the eye, but just eat so close to you that I love you so much. But no, it's just Al Borland shaking his head. Have you same-sided before?
Probably in high school.
Oh, man.
Look, yeah.
Is there a TV on the other side of the booth?
I've same-sided one time with like a high school girlfriend because it just happened. And it's like, what do you do? Now, I've also been in the restaurant where you kind of have a weird round booth arrangement where if you sit across from each other, it's a vast distance.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have...
Then you go 90 degree.
See, that's what I'm saying,
90,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Look, what is more...
What are the same-siders trying to prove?
What is more intimate? You're going out for a nice romantic dinner. What is more intimate? Sitting next to someone so you're rubbing elbows and knees, or like
face to
looking
face.
them in the eyes
Yeah.
while you're having a discussion instead of turning your head like a crane and leaving with a neck ache.
Andy, do you know what the same siders are saying?
What are they saying?
They're saying we're waiting for people. That's what they're saying. They're saying, oh, no, more people are going to be joining us
That
soon.
would make me happy.
Please don't serve me yet because we're clearly waiting for someone to come sit on the other side of this booth.
Well, then
If I was the
they need
waiter,
more menus.
If I was the waiter, I would intentionally shame those people. I would assume that they have other people.
Just every
And then
time.
if they
oh,
say-
you guys need more time.
You're still waiting for people?
Still waiting for the other couple?
No. We're it. But then who's going to be sitting here?
That's what I would do. So slow drivers, the Bluetooth headset store talker, whatever you want to say, the same side booth couples, and Mike, it's back to you.
All right, I'm going to go with repeating myself, and especially when it's you're saying something that just it's so meaningless, and you're just throwing something out. You're like, yeah, I saw Frank at the store. Huh?
Oh,
I saw Frank at the store. Huh? Like if I get to the third one,
so you don't like deaf people.
no,
Got it.
It's not that. I mean, maybe some of it's on me. I'm not speaking loud enough because what I'm saying is not really that important.
What's that?
But by the time I get to the third, the second repeat, I'm just like, hey,
Is it
moving
worth?
on.
Was this worth it? Was this whole
No.
exchange? I would not have entered into this if I knew I had to say it 3 times.
exactly.
Yeah, I
And
get it.
The energy that it takes, like the first time you're talking to someone, you're giving good energy, but then it's like, wait, you missed that.
And now I have to emulate my performance.
The third time is definitely where
it's not authentic.
the third time you're going, I'm out. This is a Shark Tank for those reasons. I'm
But
out.
what's terrible about trying to get out then is when you've been asked multiple times, it seems way more important than it is. The repeating makes something trivial seem important.
Yes.
And then you're like, this is not this important. I'm giving up.
Yes.
And then
I do.
And then they're not happy.
Yeah, and then now it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's a whole other thing.
I'm just trying to tell you that Frank went to the store. It's not important.
I just wanted you to know I got you a napkin. That's it. All right, Jason, you get 2 picks.
All right. The first one is people that like chew with their mouth open and talk while they have food in their mouth.
Oh, stop.
It's just like
The messy
look,
eater?
I don't care if they're messy or if no food ever spills out. I don't want to hear what's inside of your mouth when there's food in there. And when you talk with your mouth full, it's you better be 3. You know what I mean? Like that's when my kids got to 4 is like when that was outlawed. So that's one. And now my second one here.
Is there ever an opportunity where it's appropriate? Just to clarify, is
An
there
emergency.
So like what?
So like
What about like a football?
help, you're eating your bowl of cereal and then all of a sudden someone's got a gun to your head.
That's it, like guns.
Don't shoot. I mean, I don't know when you can't just finish your.
That's when you turn to. You just hold up the 1 minute finger up to the assailant. Like, hold on, let me finish this.
I'm chewing.
Okay.
I don't want to be rude.
Okay, so the last one. This is a complete not vote getter. Like the poll is done because this one. I don't know how many people out there hate this, but I hate it. Oh, it drives me up a wall. It's freaking 2019. It's not 1992 anymore.
Way to date the podcast.
I'm just whatever. It's 2024. It's 2028. It's not 1992 anymore. And when radio commercials or any kind of thing say go to www.com /
Oh, yeah.
my word, it's not a backslash. A backslash goes the other direction. It's a forward slash. It's
wow,
it's
grammar police.
The fantasyfootballers.com /
but slash is acceptable.
slash is acceptable. You don't have to
You don't have to say the forward slash?
You don't have to say forward slash because you know what you mean. But when you say backslash, you're actually saying something wrong.
Wow.
Oh, it
I
drives
can't
me
believe that
nuts.
bothers you. I really can't.
It's not a backslash.
Because we've reached the point where it doesn't matter. To me, it just doesn't matter. To me, you should be able to say slash, backslash, forward slash. It don't matter because you know what button to hit.
Here's why it matters.
It's called a web address.
Here's why it matters.
If you can't get that far of the web through the web address without instruction, you don't belong on the internet.
I totally understand and get that everyone's going to know what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there are people that are being taught wrong, and so they will now believe that that is a backslash. They hear it all the time. They know what they're meaning, and so they get it wrong. But my real issue with it is that where you hear it is always the old mediums. It's always the old radio show that's, it's like it just feels outdated, old busted. So that's why I hate saying backslash for forward slash.
Why is that one the backslash? When they did the naming conventions of these symbols, why is that one the backslash?
Because it leans backwards.
I always wondered that with greater than or less than.
It leans,
I've had a hard time with that in my life.
But it leans forward.
No. Think about the pipe, right? The straight up. Now, if you were to say lean forward,
I would go to the right because that's the direction I read.
I agree with Mike.
Wait, you would lean to the right.
Yes.
Like a forward slash. Exactly right.
Oh, that's true. He's right.
So, yes, you agree.
Oh,
we
okay.
should never talk
right.
about this again.
I got it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
All right, no, you win. You got it.
Never again.
Okay.
All right. Mike, your final pick.
All right, you know what was coming. I had to save it for last because you guys don't care about these things, but it is small talk. It is the worst thing in the entire world. I am going to be around you for 10 seconds. I don't need to converse with you. I don't care about the weather. I don't care about the sport team.
Such a fine line between being polite and small talk, isn't there?
There is I'm fine with a head nod, with a hello, a good morning. End of discussion. That's it. That's all we need to
You don't
have.
want us to throw in the, boy, it's pretty cold this morning.
Oh, my God. That's what I just said. I don't need to hear about the weather. I don't need to hear about the temperature. I don't need to hear about things that just.
But maybe people value what you have to say so much.
No, they don't.
They want to hear what you think about the weather.
They value what they are saying.
Mike, how's your day going?
How's your day going?
Oh, you put it back, the big pong.
But boop, boop.
But that's not a bad thing to be like, how's your day going? Maybe I actually wonder how you're doing today.
But you don't.
But I could.
No, you do
Some people
not.
do care about you.
Yes, some people do care.
Yes, when I go home and my wife says, "How
Does
was
it
your
make
day?"
a difference who's saying it?
It's small talk to me is defined as this is somebody I do not know.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be around them for very long.
So kind of meaninless,
strangers,
trivial conversation.
So if you're in an elevator with someone and they say, "How's your day going?" Like we are just wasting our energy in this conversation.
You just say
here.
it doesn't matter to you. That should be your. How's your day going? It doesn't matter to you.
Right. But,
How's your day going? You don't need to know.
But now they look at me and like, oh, this guy's a jerk. And you're like, no, you don't care.
No, they're the jerk.
Yes,
For
they
being
are the jerk
so rude with their kind question.
because it's not a kind question. It is meaningless. It is an
That's
empty.
what I said. There's a fine line
empty.
between you being a curmudgeon and
It
not
is
liking
empty.
being polite
Empty.
and small talk.
Like
Okay.
I don't have the social courage to do it, but just if that ever happening in an elevator, hey, how's your day going? Dude, it's going really bad. And
Let
then
me
just
lay it out
and just
for you.
unload on them of why your day
So
is
maybe
going so
what-
terrible.
maybe the real-
and they will never ask someone again.
Maybe the real thing is that you don't want to be dishonest. Maybe you want to be honest, and since you know you can't in a small talk situation, it feels disingenuous and fake.
If you are 100% correct.
All right, I'm going to book in my
Authenticity.
that part is valid to me because you're not really telling the truth. You're both lying to each other
Yes.
for courtesy's sake, and I get that.
And that's why
Because maybe you really need to tell somebody what's going on, but you
Right.
can't. And then
Because-
it just
because they don't actually care.
All right, I'm trying to understand. I've got slow drivers, Bluetooth headset talkers, same side booth couples, and I'm gonna book in my slow drivers with slow walkers.
Sure.
I'm going slow walkers.
Andy's got places to be.
It really is.
real fast.
At the end of the day, most of my pet peeves could be solved by being a patient human and just being kind. But I think that probably goes for a lot of ours. We could probably forgive them. But the slow walker situation, here's why I don't like that. I get that some people can't walk fast. That's okay. But it's a whole lot more awkward to pass somebody on your feet than it is in your car.
Yes.
So if you got the long walk up to a movie theater or to the mall, or like if we go to Chicago, New York, there's a lot of outside walking. It's an awkward pass. You really got to be on a mission to make that. You got to act like you're going somewhere. You can't just do a real slow, casual, barely pacing faster pass, because then you're walking hand in hand with that person.
Yeah.
Then you're a same side couple with them.
It's super awkward when I'm at the mall and I'm going somewhere. When you pass someone, you got to do like a mini jog. You got to. No, I'm running late to my job.
You really need an excuse to pass them because you can't just be an impatient person.
Right. Because you're saying with your actions
You're slow.
that you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
You're wasting my time. Get out of my way.
Watch me. This is how you do it.
Pretty much.
Now, all that being said, we have a platform here to instruct people. And so I hope people learned things today. I hope they learned to put the toilet paper on the
Yes,
over.
on the over.
To walk a little faster, drive a little faster.
Actually, you know what? First of all, you're right.
It's a / or just /.
The thing is it's more the lack of awareness in those situations than it is the actual offense. You want to walk slow, that's fine. If you are aware that you are impeding people around you. You want to drive slow, that's fine. If you pull to the right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
You can always make an adjustment. I'll sell my wife down the river one more time as we close this show.
Wow.
My wife has this one famous thing that I think happens all the time. She's not aware of the spatial constraints of the shopping cart in the store. Does that make sense? So
Like a depth perception problem?
we really don't know. Science hasn't told us what's happened to her yet. But she's always kind of getting in the way of people with the shopping cart. So understanding how you block people into the aisles, or the person that ends up, you ever been in the awkward almost collision where you come out of the aisle and the
Yep.
other person,
Oh, yeah.
she's 100 for 100 on those ones. So we've all got these things that happen to us. But I think it's just I'm hyper conscious and aware of people around me, and that's
moving
not so good
slowly?
either. Yeah, of people moving slowly. So
What did we learn today?
we learned that I may have to do some same side sitting with my wife to make up for selling her down the river today.
I learned that a hoosgow is jail. That was news.
Is it
to
prison
me.
or jail? Just jail? Like going down with the paddy wagon down to the jail?
Hoosgow.
Yeah,
All right. kind of makes me want to go now.
I want to check out the hookah.
Yeah.
I believe it's like Old West talk.
Ugh. Yeah.
But
That's why I do this voice.
But that's just a guess. And I learned. I think we all figured out why it's the / why it was named that.
yeah.
And
You-
wasn't.
did you
forward.
change, Mike?
No,
you understand now?
I totally understand it. Like, but I'm just saying it wasn't willy nilly. They just picked. Okay, that one's the / I think it makes sense now.
It matters. Words matter. Words have meaning.
This is one of those your
It's like,
guys over
if
here.
you put a question mark, it's different than a period.
Thank you for joining the show. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.